Welcome to Entrepreneur Life with me, Joel Campbell, and I'm an entrepreneur. It is Wednesday, it is 5 to 10. I'm still in a Premier Inn hotel room. Big up to Premier Inn hotel rooms. Paul, can you do a Premier Inn thing for me? I'm even wearing the Premier Inn colours today of purple because I'm still pressing for them to make me a brand ambassador. And we're going to continue to do that. Funny couple of days now ahead of me. This is true CEO entrepreneur life couple of days. So I'm going to take you with me on the journey. I'm going to tell you the time and the date as I do each video. Paul's going to cut it all together and do that wonderful job that he does, and you're going to get to see the journey. The next couple of days very much look like this. I'm about to head over to Shepton Mallet Prison. It's about 7 miles away from where I'm staying in Wells. I've got Emma with me, who's my business partner and my wife. We've got to go to Shepton to do about 2.5 hours of work. We're going to have a meeting there this morning with somebody that rents one of the spaces with us. I want to just catch up with a couple of the staff, get a nice coffee. I also need to download, run through and sign all of the loan agreements for our new purchase. So I need a safe, secure, stable internet connection, which is why I'm heading up to the prison, because it's just not good enough here at the hotel. Sorry, Premier Inn, but your internet's just not good enough for that. So I'm going to do that because that's quite a big agreement. So I need to review all that with Emma, go through all that and get that signed and done. I've got a few bits I need to do from a marketing perspective, a few emails I need to answer. I'm going to get out of that door by midday at the latest. We're going to head all the way back to Wells. We're going to then spend the afternoon doing some bits and pieces in Wells, go to the market, stuff like that. Actually take a few hours off. And then tomorrow is racked, packed and stacked from 7:30 in the morning. We've got to get over to the solicitors to do a load of stuff with them around the wills and everything that we've got in terms of in the businesses and such like that. We've then got to meet with another solicitor about all the purchase agreements on our new purchase. And then we've got a small gap for breakfast. Then I've got to go over to the accountants, and we're meeting with the accountants around pensions, wealth management plans, financial planning, business planning, so on and so forth. We've got a meeting then with our corporate finance manager, who's all about the next purchase, what we're going to do, how we're going to move the money into different places to then purchase the next thing, what's next on the agenda. Then I've got a small break for about 15 minutes, jumping into another meeting then all around personal finance with my sister and some other family members. So I've got that. Then I'm jumping out of that for about 45 minutes, have some lunch with Emma, and then we're back into the big meeting in the afternoon, which is the end of year reviews with another financial, with the accountants, but a different group in the accountants. They're going to do all the other businesses, all the end of years, have a look at everything, see where we are, do all the fine tuning, and then get the signing packs ready to go. And then head back up to Shrewsbury once we pick the kids up. And that is the next couple of days. So let's see how it goes.
5 minutes later.
It's like 10:05, just left the hotel. I'm going to head down to Shepton now. I just want to get some breakfast because I don't eat breakfast traditionally at the Premier Inn too much, just because it's a lot of food for very early in the morning. I might do it once, but like that's it. So I'm just going to get myself a smoothie and some croissants. So it's not all smoked salmon and avocado. Sometimes I just eat smoothie and croissant. So yeah, anyway, off to the jail. 12:15, I have done the jobs I need to do upstairs. I've got a tiny little, it's not a tiny little office, that's a lie. It's a good size office upstairs, but it's got like 2 tables. I'll nip you up and show you quickly so you can see it. But it's a nice space that I work at from Shepton. Charlie sets it up for us. Charlie's over here. Hey. So yeah, I'm going to head out now, back over, drop my stuff off, and then off into Wells to do a few bits this afternoon. Contract-wise, we've had some problems with the contracts, with the lending agreements. I've had to send those back to the bank to ask them to make some changes, and then those will come back through, and then we can get those signed, and then off we go. So hopefully I'll do that today because we need to get it done with the solicitors tomorrow. So it's all quite tight timings, and then other bits that are happening that I'll talk about in a little while. I will show you the office. This is the office that I work in. So it's a little bit beaten up still. So this is where I work. There's some really cool views out here. I can look out over the old gate lodge, which is really cool to sort of see. And this side, the windows are filthy, so apologies. But this side, you can't see. I think the windows are so fucking dirty. Trying to find a clean window. Oh, they're filthy, aren't they? Hold on. There we go. Looks out over the exercise yard, which is quite cool. So get the windows clean, we'll be laughing. But yes, this is where I work from when I'm at Shepton. It's all separate offices and spaces and stuff like up here. It's just an maze. There's so much space, it's unbelievable. But I'm going to head back down. Staff room's over there. Charlie's office, more toilets. We've got to get the entire place redecorated. It's a lot to do. We've probably got to spend about, depending on how you want to look at it, eventually probably £10 million. We used to go into Shepton but initially probably need to put in about 6. So it's got a good amount of expenditure that needs to go into it, good amount of work needs to go into it. We've created a really good base level. Realistically, the next stage is we actually need to buy it. It's very hard to put 6 million quid into something that you don't own, and it's even harder to put 10 million quid into something you don't own if you don't have the guarantee, I guess, of being able to take it to where you want it to be. So it's an amazing exercise. It's so cool. So I do like coming down here. Anyway, I'm going to head off, jump into another quick meeting, and head back to Wells. So that's been the first part of my day, and I'll explain all the intricacies of the meeting bits and stuff later on.
2 hours later.
It is still Wednesday. It's 10 to 2. Just got back to the hotel, dropped my stuff off, and we're going to head out now into Wells. We actually left the prison like an hour ago, and it's like a 10-minute drive, but Emma got waylaid with something with the kids, and I got waylaid with a few things in the business. Absolute kind of just issues that pop up that just shouldn't pop up realistically. So it's really annoying because the management team do a really decent job. Actually, all the team do a decent job, but you just get sometimes a person that goes above their station or above what their job entails, or they just make a decision that's really not smart. And the knock-on effects of these things can be huge, and that's literally what's just landed on me. It's taken me about a 25-minute conversation, which is fine to deal with. Like, it's not the most amount of time, but the problem is it shouldn't have been an issue in the first place. And it's not just me, another manager's had to get involved as well to resolve it. And because it's an issue with somebody we do loads of work with, therefore we've got a partnership with, it reflects really badly on that relationship we've built and that we've been growing for years. So it's one of those things. It's just like, do you know what, sometimes I love people expanding beyond their horizons and growing and stuff like that. Sometimes you just kind of need to stay in your lane, do your job, and there's a line of what people can and can't do in jobs sometimes, certainly in our world, and one of those is that we like you to go beyond to a point. What we don't do is allow you to, if your expenditure limit, let's say, for example, so you can authorise spending of like £100, then we don't expect you to go and sign off a contract for £5,000 without telling anybody. And then when we go, no, that's not been signed off, and it gets cancelled, and we get hit with penalty clauses, that's not what we expect, which pretty much is exactly what's just happened. So I guess I didn't even tiptoe around it. So that's annoying. I've just also had somebody else hand in their resignation, which isn't ideal. So, you know, just bits and pieces like that. But I'm gonna wander into town. I've got another couple of calls to make on the way. I'm gonna wander into town, have a bit of just a chill, and then we've got another thing before we start tomorrow. So I'll be back shortly.
11 minutes later.
Okay, it's 2:25 No. It's 2:25. I'm sat here. I've got a beer, which is really cool. I've got Emma, which is really cool too. So we're just going to chill out, have a couple of drinks, have something to eat, and then I've got one more thing I need to do today, and that's pretty much it. But I'm going to bring you into an insight, or bring you into a little niggle of mine that always really, really gets me. It'll give you a lovely insight into Joel. I love going out to places. I love going to bars, I love going to pubs, I love going to restaurants, I love staying at home. But I'm generally quite a social animal when I'm not being prickly. But this grinds my gears so much. When I worked in a pub, this was drilled into me so quickly, and I always can tell the difference between somebody that's really good behind a bar and somebody that's not so great. And it's the little things that make the difference. The devil is in the detail. And this is when we've run pubs in the past, or when we've run bars in the past and stuff like that. When we do things like that, I'm absolutely particular about this thing. Check it out. So when you get a beer, it's very simple and straightforward. The way I was always taught is the bottom part of the glass is for you as the staff, and the top part of the glass is for the customer. You never touch the top part of the glass, but the customer can pick it up from wherever they want. So when you give them their beer, you always pick it up from the bottom, like that, and you always pass it to them like that. Or if it's a drink like that, you pick it up from the stem and you pass it like that. You never, ever, ever pick a beer up like that and pass it to a customer, and you certainly never pick a beer up like that and pass it to a customer. Both of which I'm witnessing at the moment. And the reason is very simple. If you do that, or you do that, you're putting your hands where the customer's going to put their mouths. So you effectively always, if you work in a pub or a bar, the bottom part of the glass is yours, the top part is the customer's, no excuses.
Much later.
It is 10 to 7, I'm back in the hotel room, I've been out with Emma. My phone's just come up with low battery. We've been out, we've had something to eat, we've had a couple of drinks, we've gone out and caught up with with a friend that I've known for years and years and years, so we've done that. We're now back, gonna have a couple of drinks, gonna chew the fat around business and around different bits and pieces and stuff like that, and then relatively early night to get into our meetings tomorrow morning, which are at the opposite end of town. So I'll do some videos in the morning on the way up to go meet with our solicitors, and then a proper racked, packed, stacked day tomorrow. Until I've been drinking a little bit. A proper racked, packed, stacked day tomorrow of meetings with solicitors and accountants doing, I would say, less of the CEO role and more of the ownership role. But yeah, we'll be going through that tomorrow. So that's me done for the day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Early the next morning.
Good morning, 7:54, 7:50ish, something like that. Thursday morning, just heading off. Oh, it's fucking muddy that, isn't it? Steady. Right, just heading out the back of the hotel. Oh, so slippery. Hey, right, just heading out the back of the hotel. Yeah, very busy on traffic. Heading up to solicitors. So it is a new day. I am fresh-faced, as you can see, raring to go. I actually got a pretty early night last night. How M's go? I went to bed around 9:30 because I knew it would be quite a big day today. As I've been saying, this is a mixture between kind of CEO day but also shareholder and kind of personal in that sense. So first thing off to do, up to see one of 3 solicitors that we have. So we've got different types of solicitors for different things. These solicitors are dealing with the current acquisition of the buildings that we're buying. They also deal with all of our personal stuff, like our wills and such like that. So we're going up there today to discuss that, because apparently I need a will. So I'm going up to do that this morning. Sort a few bits of that up, then meet with the other solicitors to talk about the acquisition, sign all the paperwork and documents just so it's done in preparation for the completions. Then we've got a small gap. We're going to go get some breakfast, have something to eat before we jump in and see the accountants. So that's pretty much it, and I'll just keep going throughout the day.
Much later.
That is the solicitor meeting's done, so it's 9:15. I think that's about an hour and a quarter we've been with them, obviously splitting between the personal bits and then the property parts and stuff like that, and just quite a lot of details that suddenly, as we sat there, I was like, is there anything else? And I was like, oh, and this and this and this and this, and details around access and car parking and ownership and rights, and we seem to own a good chunk of land that is then adopted by highways that they have to maintain. So just trying to unpick all of that, really. So that's all done. Just going to grab something to eat, go check out the hotel, and then move into our next meeting in an hour at 10:15 with the accountants. And I'm pretty much there for the rest of the day before driving back to Shrewsbury. That's it. It's like 10:15, 10:12. I've left the hotel, heading into the accountants. So our accountants are here. I'm going to be here for a couple of hours. So the first thing we're doing is talking about wealth management, financial planning. There goes our account. I just went. Wealth management, financial planning, going through the investment portfolio and how we're going to effectively utilize that money and that assets to do the next thing and the next thing, where we want to go and what the big picture looks like over the next 10, 20 years and stuff like that. So love these kind of meetings because they're just out there and just big picture kind of stuff. And also I get to go through a revolving door, so that's quite cool too.
2 hours later.
Just stepped outside actually. I've just done the meetings this morning, so quite heavy going. So the first one talking about wealth management, financial planning, the investments for the business, the investments for us personally, like how we're just going to get to where we want to be. That's really tough because it's like, here's where we want to be now, here's where we want to be in a couple of years, here's where we want to be in 4 years, here's where we want to be in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then trying to plan the entire portfolio to fit along that is quite a challenge. I hadn't realised kind of like, and what always is amusing to me, but I get is the reality of it is people going, this is quite big. Like, you know, you're trying to build £100 million brand. This is quite big. There's this and there's this and there's this. And I'm just like going, I don't see it as big. It's just like, to me, it's just, let's just crack on. But there's a huge complexity that goes on behind it. Yeah, I guess I don't appreciate that other people have to put together or deal with or make happen. It almost feels like the vision bit becomes the easy bit. The execution is the challenge, which I guess it kind of is. So anyway, so that was all done. Really happy. Got some work to do off the back of that, but really good. Just done another personal finance meeting with some other family members and stuff like that. And now I'm going to grab some lunch at Morrison's, which it's all right. It's okay. I'm not sure it's like... It's not where I would normally go potentially, but it is kind of where I'm going to have it today. And then back into all the business meetings for later on, for all the annual accounts, all the signing off of that for the next purchase, and a few other investment bits and pieces. And then that's me done. And then heading back to Shrewsbury this afternoon, late afternoon, to get back early evening, and back in the office tomorrow. So I'll keep going. We'll see how we are by the end of the day. Feeling it a little bit, so it's nice to have a little break. I'll go into more details later because I've just got in the car. I've just picked up 2 children. So there, Emma's here. So we're about to drive back to Shrewsbury. It's a 3-hour drive, so I'm just gonna do a little video and I'm gonna get onto that and and I'll sit down, I'll grab a whiskey this evening and I'll just run through. But really good day, loads to think about, loads to look at, very positive, so just do that later.
Thousands of tears later.
Just stopped on the way back to get something to eat because it's 10 to 8, so it's getting late. So we just stopped at McDonald's, haven't we? And for the first time ever, check this out. Emma's eating McDonald's. It's like never ever happens. In fact, she goes out of her way to tell us how bad it is. It's taken us a little while, hasn't it, guys? But what have we done? We've converted mummy. She's a McDonald's convert, really.
Day 3.
So normally I would never ever record this, but I'm fucking dying. Like, I was so ill last night. So sick all night last night. I think I got bloody food poisoning from like that McDonald's burger. So fuck you, McDonald's. I'm never eating McDonald's again. That shit fucking just fucks me over, and I'm just like absolutely fucking in pieces. So yeah, I'm gonna go try and get a little bit of sleep because I've just been so fucking ill. I've even had to call in sick at work, which I just never do. It hasn't happened in years. But yeah, so I've had to do that today. It's about 7:30 on Friday morning, so I'm going to get some sleep.
Day 4.
Saturday morning, it's 9:30. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still not 100%. I'd say I'm probably about 83.5%, something like that. I'm still a little bit ropey, but I'm all right. I'm okay. Yesterday was a complete fucking wipeout. I was so fucking ill. Definitely convinced it was caused by a McDonald's burger, and I'm never ever eating McDonald's again. That thing fucked me up, and I'm just never doing it again. McDonald's, you should be fucking ashamed of yourselves, especially McDonald's in Kidderminster. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourselves. But yeah, I'm back at it. So it's 9:30. Kids are now off for about 3.5 to 4 hours at groups this morning. So I'm just going to crack on. I'm just going to try and blitz all the stuff I didn't get an opportunity to do on Friday. So yesterday, try and get as much through on that as possible. I want to get ahead of the game today. Tomorrow, my plan is to just start releasing loads of videos because Paul is on episode 28. I think this is episode 29. I've released up to episode 23 and I've got another 4 episodes in between that, which are kind of like outside of entrepreneur life, but all about purchasing the prison. So I've got like 9 episodes or something like that I've got to get going, and then all of this, and some of them that I release are going to be so out of date. They're going to be whilst I was in New Zealand, for fuck's sake. So right now, Saturday, I've got 4.5 hours. I'm just going to fucking smash it and get on with that absolute graft. So here we go.
The next day.
They actually weigh 20 kilos because they're 20 kilos of potatoes. That's it. Teamwork makes the dream work. Do you know what? I think I found something that you two can do together where you don't batter each other. And it's because you haven't got any hands spared to batter each other with.
You got head.
No, don't behave like that. I was going to use this as part of my podcast. I'm not sure I can do that now. I'm playing headbutt each other. Right. Okay, Sunday, 11:20. Just got back from the shop, so I've just been shopping, which is what you generally do at the shops. I actually went to Booker's, so I am a little bit cheeky. We have business accounts at Booker's, which means that I can utilise those to get some shopping stuff. So normally buy things like the washing powder because it comes in big bulk. Use things like dishwasher detergent, comes in big bulks. Actually, things like chicken, because you get it in bulk. Found some cheap gammon steaks today, so that was good. Vegetables, because again, you get that in bulk, but it's only good if you're there, because then you can check what the quality is like. Things like that, basically anything like that, household kind of stuff like that, you can get in bulk. Anything you want that's like nice, fresh ingredients, Book isn't really your place. So I've just done that with the kids. Well, I just did that at Delaney. I'm back home. I do need to get some work done today because I've just got another tranche that I want to get through. A load of account stuff, a load of payment stuff, and I want to crack on and actually get these videos up. That's my goal for today, is to get those 2 big pieces of work done. One this morning, which is going to be tight because it's 11:20, and one this afternoon. I am, however, going to play pool quickly with Jonah. Who's going to win, Jonah?
Me.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Whoa, he's thrown down already. He's thrown down. Let me just ask again. Who's going to win?
Me.
Who's got 2 thumbs and is going to kick ass?
Hold on, let me talk a second.
So, I'm going to do that. It's my video. You do your own podcast and you can say what you like and you can have the camera where you like. When it's mine, it's mine. You stay that end of the table. This is my end of the table. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a roast dinner as well. So Delaney, we're going to show you how to make a roast dinner today?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. What did you want to say? And I'll turn it off.
I want to watch one of you whoop the other's ass.
Okay, cool.
The C is yellow.
Right, so I'm going to do that and then crack on some work. And I am also going to talk about what happened the other day at the accountants. And as you can tell, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm about, I would say, 87.6% now. So pretty much there. Once I hit 90%, I'm all good.
12 seconds later.
I'm going to be honest, the first game, I was brilliant and I had an amazing finish. I potted the black all the way down the table, came all the way back up, rolled into the middle pocket.
To hit this one, you roll up into this one.
You're right. I did putt it. Wrong game. I did go to get it in there and it hit the corner, came back up and then went in the middle pocket. It was pretty epic. And then we're playing this game currently we're playing. And I took a shot and I looked up and went, "Where's the black?"
Right here.
That's one apiece. Right, I'm going to go make some dinner.
This one
And then I'm going to make some dinner. Well, who moved that?
Mummy, move it back.
Why? She's such an ass. Like, she's in the way of the pool cues.
She said there's never in the way and you could just do that.
Well, yeah, but she should.
It's our bedroom.
It's our pool cue space.
My table.
It's
I don't care.
my house.
By the way, that's where it was
anyway,
before you even
this
put
is-
the
this
cubes
is-
there.
Just to show, this is like normal kind of everyday family life. Stop hitting me, I'll kick your butt. Right, come on, let's go teach you how to make a roast dinner. Come on, go on. Right, dinner time.
One pair of pants later.
We finished our roast dinner, haven't we? And I wanted to show you guys our roast dinner. And, you know, Emma was like, I'm just getting on it. She hasn't even said grace or anything yet. Come on, Jonah. Right, here is our roast dinner. Look at what you've made.
We got pigs and
Oh,
blankets.
we did make pigs in blankets, yeah.
And a blanket with no pig.
Yeah.
Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah, sweet potatoes,
parsnips. Normal potatoes, parsnips, beef, gravy, leek and cheese with cheese sauce,
Yeah.
carrot and sweet, and broccoli.
Cool, let's do it. We're missing a child, but let's do it. It's 4:45 Sunday afternoon. So we've done our Sunday roast and everything like that. And now we're just out walking the dogs. And today has not gone to plan in the sense of I've done no work so far, which is not ideal. But it does happen. And I guess part of this is the reality of life in terms of how life changes and things move and adapt. And really, it's just because I had the best laid plans today, but then Delaney wanted to learn how to make a roast, which is fine. So I taught her how to make a roast, which then it meant it took me probably twice as long as normal. And then just saw a few other jobs, and then we're off for a walk and played some pool earlier with Jonah. And then when we get back, Jonah wants to play a little bit of computer games with me, so I'll play like some Star Wars Lego or Call of Duty, something like that with my 9-year-old. Then we're going to watch the rest of Clarkson's Farm. So I probably won't actually get to do any work until 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight. But then I want to get a relatively early night. I want to kind of be in bed by 10 because I want to get up at 5 and hit the gym and then get into work for 7. So yeah, it's going to be a tricky one to get the work done today as originally planned, which will then put me behind for tomorrow. And that is just the reality of life. I've just got to carve out the time somewhere in the same way as we all do, because when some people will ask about how we manage to get so much done or how we find the time and stuff, the reality is I've got the same amount of hours in a day as everyone else, and the same things come at me as they do at everyone else. Being sick the other day, for example, having children, having dogs, having life, that kind of thing. You just got to find the time where you can, carve it out as best as you can, keep grafting as best as you can, and just take it all with a smile. But have a look at the state of my Cocker Spaniel. What's this? Look at the state of you. Look, I know you want your ball. Look, you're covered in dog hair. You're covered in leaves. You're covered in dog leaves, god damn it. You're going to need a good brush. Yeah, Cocker Spaniel, husky, wife, 2 children, 2 bikes. Countryside. Look at that. That's going to be amazing. In about an hour and a half, that sunset is going to be banging over on those hills. So come on, you. Right. Anyway, back to my walk and then back to it.
Later that same evening.
I'm going to share with you what the sunset looks like, because I spoke about it a minute ago. So it's about 6 o'clock, I think, something like that, in the evening. Let's have a look outside and see if I can see it. That's looking pretty cool. Oh, there's a bat, I think. It's pretty cold. I'm just wearing shorts, so I'm on a t-shirt and shorts, but here we go, check it out. So you just see it going like up over the hills. If I walked up to the top of the garden, up like over that direction, you'd be able to see it clearer. But I think that's pretty cool, and I've only got my slippers on. That's one of the things I love about living in the countryside. It's super quiet, super peaceful, and you get the most amazing skies. Like, look at that. And then tonight, it looks like there's a bit of cloud cover, not massive. I reckon there'll be quite a lot of stars. And I might then head out and just turn the outside light off and you'll see it even clearer. I might head out into the hot tub later. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's so cool. So it's entrepreneur life, and it's got nothing to do with entrepreneur life, but it's entrepreneur life, so it is what it is. Right. Anyway, laters.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
It's 20 past 11, Sunday evening. I'm calling it a night. I'm done. I've managed to get a little bit done this evening, but really nothing that I had planned throughout the day. I haven't touched the video side of things. So that needs a massive amount of work. And I think I'm now at a stage where I just need to employ somebody to do it, because if we're going to do it, then I might as well do it. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? So I think we're there, and marketing again just takes so much of my time. So again, I think we're at a point where we need to really start putting a serious salary into that play and starting to get that moving forwards, because again, if we're going to do it, we might as well just do it. So a few decisions to be made, I think, over the next couple of days to really start pressing this forward. Well, decisions have already been made, just need to now action them. I think really what this video turned into, it didn't start that way. It started as a, hey, check out what it's like with an entrepreneur CEO through the day, how that pans out with a busy day with solicitors and accountants and stuff. And so it was, and it was really good and eye-opening to sort of have a chat with these guys. So, I mean, the business is in a good place, which is good. It was more about what's next and what the plans are. So it was really an opportunity for me to sit with these guys and say, this is where I'm going, this is what I want to achieve. And they were there and going, right, these are the next steps. And there was no, you're not going to achieve it, we don't believe it, we don't think it. It was just, this is now what you need to do to get there. This is what we need from you. This is what you're going to need from us. This is how it's going to look. And just helping to path that journey, really. So now I need to start just getting back and implementing it. And to do that, I'm going to need more capacity to be CEO and more capacity to plan and strategize. And I can't do that if I'm running marketing for the attraction division. And I can't do it if I'm putting together all of my own videos and all the content and pieces like that. I need somebody to do that, the bits that I should be doing, or the bits that I need to be done in terms of bringing the content together and getting it uploaded and pushing it and stuff like that. Paul's obviously there to support it. So I've got all those bits to do, but really what this video ended up being was how, even for how do I put myself? Where do I put myself in that category? Even for those of us that people look at, go, wow, you've done so well, and you've worked so hard and you've got so far, which is absolutely true. We all still have those day-to-day things that catch us and they pull us into different stuff. And for me this weekend, it was my family and my kids not being very well. And those are things that, hey, you should let pull you to one side every now and again, or even regularly or all the time. I guess that's down to each individual, but for me, it was just, I guess it just naturally showcased how best laid plans isn't how it ended up, which is absolutely fine. It's just I guess that's what I ended up sharing. So that's been the episode. I'm going to upload this now for Paul. So it's all there for him on Monday morning. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you do, you know how to subscribe, you know how to follow, you know how to share. If you don't, then, don't fucking listen. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one. This has been Entrepreneur Life with me, Joel Campbell, and I am an entrepreneur.